Mountbatten is supporting more islanders than ever before. On any one day, around 1,300 people are currently accessing our care. That's a 50% increase in the number of people we support. It's mainly because of our ageing population and the fact that people are living with serious, often multiple illnesses for much longer. But we are also reaching out to people sooner in their illness. People often think a hospice doesn't get involved until the last days or hours of someone's life. Thanks to our new Mountbatten Coordination Centre, which launched last year, anyone who is thought to be in their last 5 years of life or less can now be supported.
This is the number that's given out patients and families and professionals, so this is sort of their point of contact. They know that there's always somebody in here that will pick up the phone.
They might not need us straight away, but we are there 24/7 to offer just the right dose of care when the time comes.
The main reason I'm here is so that there's somebody here when the nurses need to go off and do something, and I'm here to answer the phones.
Sometimes people just need us to be at the end of the phone, providing advice and support. The Coordination Centre also gives people access to activities and groups in the John Cheverton Centre, so they can become familiar with the hospice environment.
The Coordination Centre, part of meeting people earlier is to try and actually plan their care a bit more if we can. And so some people just socially, they need to come here because they're isolated, even just coming up for lunch, to meet a friend for lunch.
But it can also stop people going into hospital unnecessarily. Rather than panicking and phoning for an ambulance, our Mountbatten nurses can be called on to visit patients at home at any time of the day, often avoiding the need for a trip to A&E.
They have been my family. Everybody that has come from anywhere, the whole lot, I feel that they're my family. I don't know what I'd do without them. They've been absolutely perfect, and I've never ever had one come in that's been miserable.
Last year alone, our Mountbatten at Home team carried out 3,695 home visits. Our John Cheverton Centre offers day, self-help and rehabilitation to enable people living with terminal illness the opportunity to live as well as they possibly can. Both arts and music therapists continue to offer group and individual support. A range of social activities aims to relieve the isolation people can often face when diagnosed with a serious condition. Anyone can join our 80-strong community choir, enjoy our monthly concerts, visit our Sunflower Cafe, and walk around our magnificent grounds. All of these are open to the public to help demystify our work and encourage people to experience our warm welcome and support, whoever they are and however they live their lives. On our ward, also known as the inpatient unit, over a third of people admitted are able to return home again, their pain and symptoms managed by our team. On average, people stay about 10 days. There is a misconception that we only care for people with cancer. In fact, a quarter of the patients we support have illnesses other than cancer, including dementia, frailty, motor neurone disease, and advanced heart failure. And we care for the whole family, because how people die lives on in the memory of those left behind. Our island-wide bereavement support is available to children, families and adults. At any one time, around 200 people are given the time and space to come to terms with the death of a loved one, wherever and however they have died. They don't need to have had a previous connection with Mountbatten. They may have suffered a sudden death or death by suicide. We are here to support anyone who has been bereaved. And it is also not widely known that all of our care is free, thanks to our incredible Isle of Wight community. Each and every year we must raise over 8 million, that's £20,000 a day, to ensure our services continue to grow and to meet the ever-increasing demand. And yet still, last year, around 500 people on the Isle of Wight died without access to our support. We also know that many more people will need end-of-life care by 2040, potentially around 40% more. We know that the Isle of Wight is way ahead of the rest of the country, and we feel the future here now more than anywhere else in the UK. We believe as many people as possible deserve to be cared for the Mountbatten way, wherever they are. For this reason, we've extended our support across to the mainland, sharing our expertise and knowledge to lead our new partners at Countess Mountbatten Hospice in Southampton. As well as offering our experience of innovation and leadership, the partnership will bring more opportunities for the island, whilst ensuring both hospices remain very separate entities, with all money raised going towards end-of-life care within the community which raised it. We are indebted to our island community for its incredible support. Every year, thousands of you step out in support of our charity, raising hundreds of thousands of pounds during Walk the Wight with Mountbatten. This year was no different. Over 8,000 took part, raising around £250,000. We have continued to influence the standard of care on the island too, with a programme of innovative education for our health and social care colleagues. We rely on the community's generosity in so many ways. Around a third of our funding comes from gifts people have left us in their wills. And we also continue to be supported through the community volunteering their time across everything we do. Last year, around 500 volunteers gave over 3,000 hours of help each week on our ward, in our community, and in our network of 10 high street shops. In future, as demand continues, we will all need to become involved by informally volunteering within our communities. Last year, we launched our Mountbatten Neighbours scheme. It aims to pair up people with a buddy to help them reintegrate within their communities.
So we know that loneliness affects over 9 million people in the UK, with many saying that they feel lonely most or all of the time. And we know that loneliness affects people of all ages. But what we also know is that it's more likely to have a devastating effect for those who are older or may experience a bereavement. Mountbatten Neighbours is a project where we are training up local people to become good neighbours, kind neighbours, visiting people that live near them, that are older, living in their own homes, but are actually feeling quite isolated and lonely.
So, as I got free time, I'd like to give something back.
It's been very nice for me because, you know, you do spend a lot of hours on your own if you're, you know, living on your own.
Through simple acts of kindness, having a cup of tea and a chat, or going out for a walk, together we can tackle the loneliness that living with a serious illness can often result in. During the coming year, we commit to continuing to push forward so that even more people can access some of the care and support that we offer. Our aim is to never ignore anyone who needs us. With changes in the way that people are both living and dying, this is not a time to sit back and wait. Doing our best and continuing to strive for excellence is so important. We ask that everyone joins us in our quest, so that we can continue to ensure that everyone across our island gets the best possible care, whoever they are, wherever they happen to be, and whenever they need it. Thanks to your support, more people on the Isle of Wight will face death, dying and bereavement with Mountbatten by their side.